All right. We are we are ready to go as soon as I get some nods over there. All right, great. Well, Oren, thank you so much for coming in to Podcast Village this afternoon. What I call the Intergalactic Podcast Studio in Gaithersburg at Launch Workplaces. Thanks so much for coming in to talk about Konnex. Oren, how are you today?
Doing great. Thanks so much, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
We're going out to our friends on Facebook Live. Yeah, get that a little closer, and I'll turn you up a little bit. That's perfect, because I'm recording this for podcast 2 also. And so at Launch Podcast, we talk about the people we meet in the co-working spaces at Launch and what you're doing. And I've only just scratched the surface of Konnex. So can you tell me a little bit of your story? I know from watching some of your videos, a little parts of it, but can you do it for our audience? Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to thank Charlie so much for being here. You guys, hi everyone on Facebook Live. I just wanted to mention thank you for tuning in. A good friend Charlie here, he's got a very good podcast show here called Podcast Village. You guys got to check it out. Anybody out there want to promote their business or brand, just check out Charlie at Podcast Village. Also, I just want to say hi to Kobe Ben from Modern Day Millionaire. Thanks so much for sharing this page. And Eileen and Norman from Superior Mind. They're some of the best top consultants out there for a mentor of ours, Bob Proctor. And also Frank and Trisha, who got a really good coaching program. But thanks everyone for sharing this video, and definitely watch the rest of this show. It's going to be pretty incredible.
All right, well, that's our shout outs.
That's the shout outs.
That's awesome. And so tell me, your journey started at the end of your career at Maryland, is that right?
That's correct.
I want to get your version of that because I like that part. So.
Yeah, so I have the site also up if anyone wants to check it out, www.konnex.co. That's KONNEX.co. And I've got a site on there that shows the whole story and what Konnex is about and what we're doing. But this idea came from the University of Maryland. I have to give a shout out to them too, and Dr. Lowe, who's going to be helping me with a big launch soon too. I used to go to career fairs, and at these fairs, people would always forget, who they met. So we came up with this idea to help people record conversations, and it tracks down your date, time, location. It's really going to be a new, robust software that's going to help people remember each other.
So I didn't know the conversations part. Can you tell me just a little bit about the recording the conversations?
Yeah, sure. So
that fascinates me. Go ahead.
It's really incredible. For instance, like the conversation we're having now, like when we met, I could record it into my phone. I'd show a demo. I can record it in my phone and saying, I just met Charlie Burney. He's a great guy, podcast. We should stay connected. And then in the software we have for Konnex, it actually, you can literally say it into the phone or record it through text. Wow. And you'll get that note that I personally said about you, the time, location, so it makes it that much harder to forget who you met and what we talked about. So it's going to help everybody stay in touch, and it's going to be a new networking tool that's going to change the world.
Right. I've never thought of that. So the voice stamps becomes actually voice-activated, voice recognition becomes so much more useful when you combine it with this platform.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me a little bit more about the progression from UM and to today wearing the blazer on Podcast Village.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot has happened. I mean, I went to Maryland. I got my degree in mechanical engineering. It was really great. I was following a good path. I ended up working in California for a company called Northrop Grumman, and then I met a really significant person in my life, and I moved back to Virginia. In Maryland, I started working in another company, for electrical engineering company, and then I met a really good mentor of mine who's on my page on Konnex. His name is Bob Proctor, and he's a very good personal development person, and he's very helpful, and he kind of expanded my awareness from like here to here about what is possible, what you could do in life. And through some of his programs and teachings, which I help talk about and I actually teach about them too, I wanted to pursue my dreams and realize that you can really accomplish anything, but it's all in your mind. You first have to see it in your mind before you can see it anywhere else, because your inner results show your outer results. It was a pretty long story. It's still going on and on. I've got more meetings coming up. So
awesome. Well, shout out to Bob Proctor then too. Yeah. We'll have to look him up. And how did that reflect on Konnex? The evolution of this particular app?
Absolutely, that's a great question. I mean, when I got started, the people involved there are just all on the right frequency, the right mindset of like how to achieve what you want in your life. and just surrounding yourself with the support system of people all telling you, go for your dreams, go do what you want. It's great because you have hundreds of people pushing you up instead of bringing you down. And that's what I think anybody needs in a business or company. And so he really helped me with, pushing forward with what I want to do. And of course, there's a lot of business people that help you develop the idea. And when you associate yourself with someone else at that level, you get a lot of other contracts, and using the law of attraction, people come out of the woodworks to help you with everything. So the idea is being developed, and I've got a pretty good team on my side. What
happens next when you mentioned a launch date?
So you're talking about the launch for Konnex?
Yeah,
so we're in development, and it's actually going to be released soon on the iOS store for everyone to check it out. And you just go to the site konnex.co, and you can subscribe and download, and you'll be able to use it. So it's going to be a kind of soft launch just to see how it goes for some people. We've got a lot of versions coming up, but definitely really cool to check out. So you want to check it out on konnex.co. It's going to be available for download, and we got a lot of good stuff coming. So
it's really exciting. So hopefully we can follow up sometime, Oren, and have example stories of people using it, making connections, and maybe talk a little bit more about the actual once you start that soft opening, get some sample stories. So what else can we review here in terms of Konnex.co, Oren, and what else do you want to talk about today?
Well, that's actually a great topic. I got some things written down. And actually, Charlie, I got your shirt here too.
Oh man,
if anyone wants to check it out, it's just a very simple T-shirt.
I noticed your logo. I was doing some searching on you.
Yeah, it's a cool logo. It's called Konnex. On the back, if you guys are interested, we have an Invest in Konnex, so we got a phone number there too if you guys want to check it out. It's 301-674-0713. But our company's expanding, and I wanted to give you one of these shirts.
I want the shirt. Yes,
it's so awesome. So there you go.
Now I've got to return the favor and get you a Podcast Village shirt.
It's not a problem.
There's only one.
This is the first shirt made out of like hundreds that we're going to have to get out. But if anyone wants to buy more, it's going to be on our site under the product page.
I noticed it. T-shirts. Yeah, I noticed it.
Yeah, we've got some other stuff coming out, T-shirts. Also,
I'll change later.
We might have polos coming out. Maybe you could get a suit also. It says Konnex, all in green. You look like the Joker.
Yes.
Other stuff I want to mention. I don't know. Should I just keep?
Yeah, please. This is your time.
Well, I really appreciate it. You guys got to check out Charlie on Podcast Village. And to a lot of my audiences out there on Facebook, some people are here in the United States. Some people are attending an event in Los Angeles. I've got some friends in Europe too. If you need to have podcast services, you don't actually physically need to be here. I believe Charlie can do remote.
Do them all the time. Do remotes, working with a great client. Thank you, Oren. The resources for the future, and go downtown and record right in their offices. We've got a little studio here in Gaithersburg that teaches, promotes, and produces podcasts. So, yeah, please look us up online. Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys check it out. I mean, he can remote you in, Skype. I know I got a lot of followers.
I do a lot of Skype phone calls, yeah.
It's really great. We got a good thing going. I don't know what else.
I don't know.
Well, I'll let you guys know then. I got two other things coming out for other followers here. Okay. We've got two books I'm writing currently. One about intro to apps and how to do your own app design. And
great.
And it's also about how Konnex, the journey started.
Yeah.
I had another good friend of mine who wrote a book, and it kind of inspired me to keep going too. And then the second book I'm writing is how to master the art of networking. Because, master the art of networking. Because I'm getting pretty well known to network pretty well. I can get to pretty high levels of people and reaching them. So I'm writing a book on how to do the same thing. I'm also making a social media networking app that helps you allow that. So
excellent.
I want to keep expanding our product and our business.
The Tao of networking, yes.
Exactly. I think it's not about your net worth, it's about your network.
Ooh.
So
there's a T-shirt for you.
That's good. We'll probably put that on the back of the page. That's a great idea.
That's a good T-shirt, man. Or a hashtag or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Hashtag.
That's perfect.
That's just write that down. A mentor of mine told me that. Other things coming up in the future. I'm going to be going back to California actually today.
Today?
Yeah, leaving a little later today. I don't know if you guys know the update also, and I think I told Charlie. I went to New York one day.
Oh, yeah, please tell everybody about this, yes.
I want to tell everyone, I went to New York one day. I took a shot and risk at my dreams. There was an open casting call for a small show called Shark Tank.
I would have been terrified. I would never have done it.
It was, I mean, it was really intense, but I'm so glad, I'm so happy and grateful I made the decision to do that. So there was about 30,000 people there at an event called Tech Day in New York, and I believe they do this every other year. So if anyone wants to attend or go, you can go there.
Just search Tech Day New York or something.
Search Tech Day New York, and I believe people who do podcasts there too. You should even attend and get thousands of more startup companies and people attending. But to stay on track, Tech Day was incredible. We went there. I went there. I pitched. I have a LinkedIn article online too. You guys can search it on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook page. I wrote the entire day. It was incredible. 30,000 people were there, and about 10 were selected, and our company was one of them. So
yeah, I saw some of the video. I think that you shot that day from the floor. That was of that. It's very, very exciting stuff. Yeah.
It was. My audition, I believe, was at like 11 a.m., but there were so many people there, they kept extending it. We actually got kicked out of the building. And yeah, we got
These are the stories you don't hear about Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. We got kicked out of the building, and then we had to pitch in the parking lot. And you could imagine, you got 60 seconds to tell a casting director this and that, and now you're in the parking lot and it's loud outside and people can barely hear you and you're telling them your dreams, so it makes it that much harder to even do it.
It sounds like an event you could have, the pitch in the parking lot. And you could have burgers and dogs and pitches. I mean, that sounds like a classic event. Yeah. The pitch in the parking lot.
Exactly.
So were there really pitches being made in the gravel there?
Yeah, there was really pitches. It was literally in the parking lot, in the loading dock,
awesome.
And it was intense. In my article, I write about how I'm going to write this in the book too, but how to, like, if you're talking to a casting director, my idea was like I should get him off to like a more private setting, and I was able to use my networking skills to pitch him properly, like alone and privately, and it made that much more of a better impression.
Yeah.
And that's how I was able to really capture his attention.
Yeah.
And I think that's, and the pitch was pretty good too myself when I told him. So
what happens next?
Well, what happens next? Well, after I told him everything I said, he said, "That's incredible. I'm going to see you on the show. I'll see you at the top." And I told him, "I'll see you at the top also." And he was like, "Oh," and all this stuff, and we had a good time. And basically, you sign a release form, and they tell you, producers call you later on and tell you, "We're going to start filming." But due to the amount of casting, they're still casting for Shark Tank. So if people want to go, just go to sharktank.com and you can look at all the open casting.
Amazing.
I think all the way until June. So, but I believe we'll probably start filming at the end of the year, or maybe I think at the end of the year is when it's going to start.
So really hard to say.
Yeah, they'll let you know because
stuff will happen.
Yeah, there's so many people there.
We'd love to track along with your journey, though, once you find out or once you get ready, and maybe we could call you and have some more follow-ups, because that's a story that everybody around here is excited about. So.
Yeah, another friend of mine told me I should do some kind of daily vlog or blog of like.
I would think you should think about it. Yeah, audio, video, both. Come right up here once a day and do it from here.
I'll come out, bring some. I know someone else who got on the show too. He lives in the area, so maybe I'm probably gonna connect.
That's a cool idea. Twin stories of the journey to the tank.
Yeah, I believe his name's Evan or something. He started an app called Hungry Harvest.
Yes, he's been on the show a couple times. Yeah.
So.
Evan Lutz with Hungry Harvest. He's a really exceptional young man. He's taking fruit and vegetables that you and I would not buy because it's ugly, but perfectly good, and then repurposing that for people who are hungry. It's really extraordinary, and a really interesting guy. So I used to do a series at the Maryland Center for Entrepreneurship where he was using his co-working space for a while. I'm not sure if he's there anymore. So great guy. Yeah, I would love to have him back. He's a great guy to talk to.
Yeah, we could probably do something together. He's really interested. And it's funny you mentioned Maryland also, because I was just there meeting with some top professors and people like that, and I was just talking about more fundraising. I think we're going to get a grant from them too to help us with Konnex, and we're going to give back, because I always think about, my mentor told me, graciously give and willingly receive. So always want to have some type of something where you give back to charity or people. So I'm probably going to give back to the university in a big way. Like another person, his name is Brendan Arab, started Oculus Rift.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and I met him at a bit camp. I told him about Konnex, and he loved it. He wants to incorporate some kind of virtual reality component about it. So it's getting pretty big. I'm really networking with the right people, and Maryland has just been so good to me. That university was so helpful to me, and they've got so many resources, the MTech division, and I've got a good professor of mine. His name's Dr. Oliver Schlocke.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy. He's the one who kind of changed my mindset. He introduced me to entrepreneurship. And there's this line he told me a long time ago. I saw him yesterday. He told me, and this is really good, he says, you know, you're going to graduate college and you're going to go on, you're going to be giving out your resumes to people all the time. You're going to be giving out your resumes. And then he's like, but if you change your mindset and frequency and you come on to the business side, one day you'll be receiving resumes. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I thought about it, stuck in my mind for months, and I'm like, man, that's incredible. And I couldn't believe it. Literally 2 days ago, I had about 40, 50 students emailing me their resumes. to get started for Konnex. And I told him that. He's like, well, look at that. So
yeah,
his story,
that's a great story. That's great.
He's a really helpful guy. I actually traveled with him to Europe. He took me to Germany and Italy, and I studied entrepreneurship, business, and design.
Wow.
And that's kind of where I got the mindset of how to do this. And it was really incredible. Spent a good 4 or 5 months there.
Wow.
Probably the best part of my experience. Picked up some German, Italian. So I'm able to network, really well because I'm internationally, expanding. And Konnex is not just going to be a United States app.
That's what I gathered. It's global. Yeah.
Because it's a networking app, and we want to take it overseas too. And just like that other founder, Jan Koum, who did WhatsApp, he started in Ukraine or something like that.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from a European country, and the whole reason he did that was because he couldn't get in touch with people in Europe. That whatever else was out there, it wasn't efficient enough. So he came up with WhatsApp, and that's what I want to be able to connect the whole world together. Is the goal of what I want to do. So
great comparison. Lauren, thank you so much for coming in and exposing your audience and to Podcast Village and giving us an update. The Shark Tank story is really compelling, and I hope you'll let me get you back in here and we can do some follow-ups. And I'll try to we can both try to get Evan in here. That would be fun to get two of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really appreciate it too, Charlie. And you guys got to check out Podcast Village. I know we got a lot of people watching, and if no one's ever done podcasts before, I would definitely highly suggest it.
One-on-one training, or we'll produce and promote your show. Well, thanks, Oren, so much. That's it for Facebook Live today, guys. Thank you, and have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Charlie.
And thank you to the film crew.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. That was great.